Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday morning here on The Drive-In. I'm your go-to guy for the hour, Brian Jew. It is Tuesday, which according to statistics is the least favorite day of the week. And why is that? Because, a lot of people think Monday is because you had a crazy weekend, fun, chill weekend, and then you got to go back to work. But technically, Tuesday is a day that everybody hates. It's also the day where everybody gets most of the work done for the week. And that's very interesting. So does that mean that people naturally just hate to work? I don't know, but for myself, I love being at work because I get to spend the next hour with you guys talking about movies and music here on The Drive-In. And we're going to start today's show off with a song from the Sex and the City film that came out in 2008. And this is requested by Kiyomi, and this is Fergie with Labels of Love. Welcome back to The Drive-In. I'm your host, Brian Jew, in the studio right now. And I want to let you guys know how to get in contact with us. It's pretty simple. You can call the studio at 02-778-1013 or simply send us a text at #1013 for a charge of $51 to your smartphones, or send us an email at efmdrivein@gmail.com, or you can simply just tweet us away at efmdrivein. And make sure the requests are from a movie or a TV show, or you can just give us a shout out. That's really appreciated here at The Drive-In. We love hearing from all our listeners. Right now, it's time for The Scene of the Day. Now, in the late 1990s, there seemed to be a demand for war movies from historical time periods. And I think it's safe to say that the reason why that was wanted and people wanted more war movies is because of this movie that we're going to discuss today. And that is none other than Braveheart. And Braveheart was made in 1995. It starred Mel Gibson as William Wallace, a Scottish warrior who fought the English King Edward I for independence, becoming a hero to all Scotsmen. And when this movie was made, the makers had to sift through a lot of historical information to find out what was true and what was propaganda, pretty much. And after Wallace had become a hero, he became the subject of tall tales. So there may, in fact, be a few things that are not historically accurate in the film, but it's still a great movie after all. So in today's scene, an army of Scotsmen is about to fight the better trained and equipped English army, and most of the Scots want to run home and live and, just run away from all that. But then Wallace gives an inspiring speech, which reminds them why they're there. So check it out, y'all. Don't you just love it when they have inspiring speeches in movies? Especially when people have accents. This is a hard accent, so I'm going to try to attempt the accent because, it's different from a normal UK accent. I'm William Wallace. I'm a Scotsman. I'm from Scotland. Steamy winters in air. Is that okay? That's my Scottish accent, y'all. So if you guys are judging, it's the first time I'm doing it on air. It's different from the normal London accent. But anyways, it's a great movie. That speech really inspired all the Scotsmen to fight into the war and not run away just because they want to live and hide and everything. And this scene not only was the greatest scene, but also there's some great other scenes in this film as well. It was made very well, directed very well, pretty much. And Braveheart was also nominated for 10 Academy Awards, and it won 5, including 2 won by Mel Gibson for Best Director and Best Picture. And that's right. You guys didn't know that Mel Gibson was not only starred in this film, he also directed it. So he's pretty versatile, as a dude, as an actor in the entertainment business. So right now we're going to listen to a song from the movie. And this movie, like I said, go see it if you can tonight. It's a great film. And this is from the Braveheart soundtrack. And here's For the Love of a Princess. Wow. This song really put me in a Scottish accent mood. To thank you for listening to The Love of a Princess. That's from the Braveheart soundtrack. I'm being a little goofy today. Anyways, that was Love of a Princess from the Braveheart soundtrack. And the next song we're going to play for you guys right now, we have so many things coming up, so many requests. It's from Hyunjin, and it's from the Les Mis soundtrack. And if you haven't seen Les Mis, I urge you guys to go see Les Mis. And the song that we're going to play for you guys is a song by none other than the beautiful Anne Hathaway. She's a great actress, great singer. If you've seen this film, you would know she's a great singer. And it's from the movie. But before I play the song for you guys, really quick, today is Tuesday, which means Jason B will be with me in the studio right after intermission to talk about Korean films. So stay tuned for that. But for right now, we're going to play the song from Anne Hathaway, or Anne Hathaway singing the song from Les Mis. This is I Dreamed a Dream from Les Miserables. Once again, that was from the Les Mis soundtrack, and that was I Dreamed a Dream, sung by none other than and Anne Hathaway. And right now we have another song request for you guys. It's from the 1985 film Back to the Future. And this song was a very iconic film in the 1980s. And the band that made it famous pretty much was Huey Lewis and the News. And they seemed to be on the top of their game back in the mid-1980s. And one great thing about this song is that it pretty much lays out what the plot of Back to the Future is all about. So let's take a listen to Huey Lewis and the News with Back in Time, and I'll see you guys with Jason B right after intermission. Welcome back to The Driving right now. We are in the studio with Jason B for K-Film Tuesdays. How you doing, Jason?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad right now. You know, I just love being on the air with all the listeners. Yeah, other than the fact that I feel like I'm coming down with something. I feel a little under the weather these days since the weekend.
Stay away.
Why?
I don't want to get your cold.
Just because you said that, I'm going to give you a big smooch when the song goes out.
Don't do that.
All right, so how was your weekend?
It was good, restful. Yeah, it was good. I did a bit of work. I rested a bit.
And you watched a million movies. Did you?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, these days I watch a lot of movies during the week. So by the time the weekend comes along, I'm happy just to chill and just watch mindless TV.
So you're making it seem like watching movies is too much work.
It's not too. No. That's not true at all. But I like resting with my wife, you know. And
oh, that's sweet.
And sometimes we go to the movies. Actually, we wanted to go to the movies. I think on Saturday night, but we didn't get around to it. We wanted to see the Silver Linings Playbook, but I've already seen it. But I wanted to take her to see it.
How was that movie?
It's good.
All right, that's all you have to say. That's all you have to say.
It's an acting masterclass.
I want to see that movie so bad.
It's a very, very good film, and definitely recommended for all those searching for a kind of. Well, it was released here for Valentine's Day, but so it's kind of it's a perfect date movie, really.
Okay,
in my opinion.
All right, for all you newlywed couples out there, go watch this movie. It's Jason B's recommendation for all you lovers. Anyways, we're not here to talk about loving movies or the latest movies out right now. We're here for K-Film Tuesdays. So, what is the Korean film that you brought with you today?
Okay, I've decided to talk about A Bittersweet Life or 달콤한 인생. Have you seen this movie?
Why do I feel like I saw it?
It's a famous movie, actually. It's a gangster movie. Do you like gangster movies, Brian? Do you like Korean gangster movies?
I am a gangster, dude. I'm from New Jersey. We got all the, the Sopranos and all those people down in Jersey. But no.
Are you friends with Martin Scorsese?
I have a lot of his films on box set DVDs, but I'm not friends with him, unfortunately. Okay. But no, I don't think I saw this movie. I just saw the lineup of the actors. I did not see this movie.
Okay. Yes. Well, this movie is one of the best Korean gangster movies, I think, you can see. There's two reasons why I chose this movie. The first reason is because it's directed by Kim Ji-yoon. Okay. Do you know who Kim Ji-yoon is?
The director who's coming out with a new movie. Is it this week in Korea?
Yeah,
next week?
The Last Stand, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
A.k.a. Arnie. His movie is coming out this week. That's his Hollywood debut. Sorry?
I got cut from this. Because this is a movie I auditioned for.
You auditioned for this film?
Yeah. So I know the whole storyline. I have the script at home. I could have given you the script like a year ago.
Serious? I didn't know that. Where you auditioned for the movie here in Korea, or?
Yeah, I auditioned here. I did my audition tape and sent it in, and I think they wanted a K-pop person in the film as well, but the character wasn't a K-pop person. But it was like 10 or 15 K-pop stars who actually auditioned, and pretty much all got cut. And I don't know who's actually in the film that played the character, but I don't want to give it away or anything because the movie's not even released yet. So.
Oh, that's a shame. Was the director there?
No. I was
just a casting director.
No. They sent me the script, and they wanted us to do it on our own. So I had my friend read me the other lines, and I auditioned. And they said it was a great audition video, but then they never got back to me after that. So I'm like, phooey on Yui.
Oh dear. Well, I've actually seen the movie, so maybe if there's time, I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
This movie is directed by Kim Ji-yoon, and Last Stand is his Hollywood debut. It was released in Hollywood last month. It's been released in Korea this week. And there's another reason why I picked this movie, is because there's a Korean movie being released this week called New World, also known as Shinsegae in Korean, and that is a Korean gangster movie. So that's being released this week, and I was fortunate to see that as well, and it's really good. So I thought I'll bring in this movie, A Bittersweet Life, because it's a gangster movie and it's directed by Kim Ji-yoon. Now, let's go back to Kim Ji-yoon. Kim Ji-yoon is a famous director here in Korea. He's made numerous films. He's a bit of a kind of a genre king. What I mean by that is he's tackled many different genres. So he's tackled comedy with The Quiet Family and A Foul King. Tale of Two Sisters is kind of a horror movie.
I love horror.
Do you like Tale of Two Sisters? Did you like it?
I did somewhat. Didn't they remake this in Hollywood? Or some other countries too as well?
Yeah, they're in the process of... so they've remade it in Hollywood, yeah.
But I mean, it was okay. For me, like, I want a horror movie that can scare me. Not just gore, but I'm saying the storyline can freak me out. And I don't think the storyline really scared me that much. But it still was a great film.
Yeah, it's a great film. I haven't seen the Hollywood one. But it also made The Good, Bad and the Weird, and I saw The Devil as well. And this movie stars Lee Byung-hun, Shin Min-ah, and they're the two kind of big names in here. It also stars Kim Young-chul and Kim Le-ha. And basically follows Sun, who's a decisive, cold, capable hotel manager. He's the right-hand man to boss Kang in a world where there are only commands and obedience. Suspicions that his girlfriend Hee-soo has another man. Boss Kang orders Sunu to investigate, and if it's true, deal with it. After 3 days, Sunu catches Hee-soo with another man and attacks them. But for reasons he can't understand, he lets them go, before he can figure out why he is brutally attacked by the gang and nearly killed. Now Sunu finds himself in a war. His momentary compassion for Hee-soo is no longer what is driving him. Step by step, he gets close to Boss Kang. So it's kind of, he's angry. He's very cheesed off, and so he wants to get deliver what Boss Kang deserves. So it's kind of a revenge kind of narrative going on there. But it's a film, it's kind of a film noir movie. Love the camera angles. Cinematography is absolutely fantastic. The soundtrack in this film is really, really good. And I think a little bit later we're going to listen to a track from the OST. And strongly recommend watching this movie on Blu-ray because Kim Ji-yoon is basically a great artist. What I mean by that, he has a great command of the visuals, but also the sound. And so if you get a chance to watch this movie on Blu-ray, you'll know exactly what I mean. The sound is just absolutely phenomenal.
Okay.
And that's the great thing about Blu-ray is you can see when these kind of great directors really are at the top of their game, because you can just see it and hear
clarity
it.
And everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So there's this kind of fight sequence at the end, the kind of climatic fight sequence at the end, and I was watching it on Blu-ray and I was just, my goodness, I thought the windows are going to shatter because it's just so, it's not just loud, but it's just there's so much clarity there. It's just it's really, really impressive.
Alrighty, well right now we're going to actually play a song for you guys, and we're going to get back to the film shortly. And this is from the movie, and this is A Bittersweet Life original soundtrack, A Honeyed Question. Once again, that was from A Bittersweet Life original soundtrack, A Honeyed Question. That's a very sad song in a way. I don't know why. It's sad to me because it puts me in a dark place. Not dark like I'm going to go out and kill somebody or anything. But.
Well, much of the film is quite sad, but it has quite a... The ending's pretty joyful, the last scene, I think. So,
is there anything else you want to add about this film before we go into the what's out right now this week?
Just go and check it out. In my opinion, it's one of the best Korean gangster movies there is. It's violent, it is dark, but it's also enjoyable in places, and it's a really great film.
And we recommend you watch it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, definitely check it out on Blu-ray. Kim Ji-yoon has a great eye for visuals and for the sound, and he likes making sure that the DVDs and Blu-rays and whatnot are up to scratch. So definitely worth checking that out. And just another thing, the Hollywood remake for The Tale of Two Sisters is The Uninvited. Just wanted to double check that. I haven't seen that film, and I won't see it because The Tale of Two Sisters is a classic horror, and any Hollywood remake is probably unlikely to be as near as good as the original.
Or scary.
Or scary, yeah. Anyway, coming back now to films that are coming out this week. Firstly, we have, of course, Kim Ji-yoon's The Last Stand, which we've been talking about. Starring Arnie, of course. This is his comeback after 10 years. Last film was Terminator
10
3.
years,
10
wow.
years. 10 years. His last film was Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines.
Well, he's been in films in
yeah, but he's
that
played
time.
kind of cameos or small roles. Yeah, he was
just
in
like what's that movie with like
you know the
Sylvester Stallone and all them. I
Yeah,
forget the name of the movie.
Expendables. Is
Yeah,
it?
that's right.
Yeah,
Expendables 1.
Expendables 2. I think he was in. So
He's in 2 too. Okay.
oh, he's in. I know he's in 2,
He's
but
in 1.
Okay, he's in 1 and 2.
Okay.
But he plays kind of small roles. What's your favorite Arnie movie?
My favorite Arnie movie must be, of course, Terminator, T3, T2, or Terminator 2, of course, more than Terminator 3. And surprisingly, I like a lot of his comedy stuff. He's a funny dude.
He's very funny.
Yeah, the one that he did with Danny DeVito.
Twins?
Yeah, Twins. I actually like that movie. It's funny.
Yeah, that's, well, anyway, going back to The Last Stand, this is his kind of return to the big screen in a leading role. If I'm honest, I think that was a bit of a mistake. But Kim Ji-yoon's Hollywood directorial debut, I think, is a commendable one, and you can certainly see his kind of influence in the movie. And the film focuses on a small-town sheriff and his deputies who must stop a dangerous drug lord from escaping to Mexico in a modified sports car. And it also stars Forrest Whitaker from The Last King of Scotland.
Great actor.
And Johnny Knoxville. And yeah, it's certainly an entertaining film. It is a rated 18, it's very violent, and this film did fail to really make any serious cash in the UK and the US. It was seen as a bit of a failure. But I think that's probably down to Arnie, if there is any... I think it's difficult to look at why it failed in the States, but I think Arnie might have had something to do with it, because he hasn't really been in a movie for 10 years. But it's definitely worth watching, and but like I say, yeah, it's quite violent, and yeah, check it out. There's also out is New World, 신세계, and this is directed by Park Hun-jong. He's a well-known writer for films The Unjust, 부당거래, and Kim Ji-yoon's I Saw the Devil, so there's a connection there. Kim Ji-yoon's last Korean movie, I Saw the Devil, 악마로 보았다, was written by Park Hun-jong, who's directing this movie, The New World.
Okay.
So, he also made Showdown back in 2010. This movie's got a huge cast. It stars Lee Jong-jae from The Thieves, or 도둑들, Choi Min-sik from Old Boy, of course, and Hwan Jung-min, who's in The Unjust and in a whole list of other movies. Dancing Queen's another one. I was privileged to watch this film a couple of weeks ago, and in my opinion, it's one of the best kind of gangster movies I've seen in a long, long while. And it's a great film. Cinematography is absolutely fantastic. It's well written. It's well acted. And all the characters are very, very interesting. So they're very well scripted characters and well acted too. And there's clearly chemistry between the three as well. Also out is a movie called An Ethics Lesson, or 분노의 윤리학, directed by Park Myung-dang. This is his feature debut, and it stars Lee Jae-hoon, who's from Architecture 101, Jo Jin-eung from Perfect Number, and the famous actress Moon So-ri, who's one of my favorite actresses in Korean cinema. I love her. Not literally, but yeah, I'm married, but I do really, really like her. So I haven't seen this film, but it's about a bad guy, a cruel guy, a lame guy, and a cowardly guy, and the meanest woman gets involved in a beautiful university student's murder case. So this week is kind of congested, really. There's 3 movies coming out, all of which have fairly high profiles, particularly 신세계. The New World is the English title, and The Last Stand as well, Kim Ji-yoon's Hollywood debut. So it'll be really interesting to see how well these films do. And of course, Miracle in Cell Number 7 is still dominating the box office. That's amassed almost 9 million admissions since it's released in January. So it's going to be a very, very interesting weekend to see which films do well. So you're going to see these, Brian? You're going to see any of these films?
Well, definitely I'm going to go see some films, but I'm not sure which one I'm going to go see. But hopefully I'll get to see one of the films you mentioned today. And with that said, we have to say goodbye to you. It's already time to wrap up your corner. Jason, we're going to play a song.
Yeah, I know. I gotta go. No. I don't want to go.
We get to go, take the day off, the rest of the day, watch some more movies, which of course you never invite me to. But anyways.
I will invite you to.
You just named like 4,000 movies you saw this week that didn't even come out. And I didn't get invited to any of those. Shoot. Anyways, we're going to play a song for you guys from the Last Stand trailer original soundtrack. Or it's from the original soundtrack, but it's from the trailer, of course. And this is Boom Boom. And I'm going to say bye-bye to Jason B. And we'll see you next Tuesday. See you.
See you, Brian.
All right, welcome back to The Drive-In. But unfortunately, it is time to wrap up the show. But please stick around because 1013 Main Street with An Jung-hyun is next. And if you're listening to GFN, stay tuned for Hello Korea. And the final song of the hour is actually requested by a great listener and a great fan, Mya. Not going to put her name on blast because I don't want her to be embarrassed by all her friends, because a lot of people get that way. And the song that she requested is from the 2002 film Simone. And this film is about the future of movies and where actors are unnecessary and computer graphics become so real that nobody knows the difference between CG and real actors anymore. And I hope technology doesn't get that great because, you know, the authenticity of having real people on films, you know, is so important in my eyes, you know. My opinion, you need the real actors. I don't care how great CG is or robotic characters, whatever, whatnot. The real actors are what brings, you know, the emotions and the true talent to the screen. So I hope that day doesn't come when you have robots and cyborgs in the background acting like they're me or somebody else. And, you know, because also girls, they see some, you know, hot guys on TV or guys see some sexy women on TV and they're like, ooh, cool, they're cute. But could you imagine looking at a robot and be like, oh, that's a cute robot? No, that's kind of weird. Or that's a really hot CG character. That's really weird. Anyways, I want to end today's show with Mya's request. And the request that she asked for today is from Simone, like I said. And it's a Katamic Kitten with the song The Tide is High. This is Brian Ju signing off for Tuesday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.